Hey everyone, so this is a bit late coming out. I'd actually planned to do this for Monday as I would normally do it, and also today we've got the Photoshop Friday going up, which will be up first. So why is it late? Well, sorting out getting new bulbs for the new lighting that I got, there was a bit of problem with that. The guy very quickly sorted it out, and I thought, well, I'll just wait and do the filming once it all comes through. So here I am, and what we're going to be doing is finishing off the chat we're having about your pricing. We've looked at how to work out your hourly rate, we've looked at the portrait side of things, so I want to take a chance just to look at the final one, which is kind of weddings. Well, for me it's weddings. You might do other things, and if there's other kinds of photography that you do, then let me know, but it kind of works on the same basis, and this is kind of my take on weddings. So what I'll look at first is what most people do for weddings and what they offer to the clients, and that is they'll have maybe 2 or 3 packages. They'll put them out there for their clients to view, and they'll say, well, package 1 you get this, this and this, package 2 this, this and this, yada yada yada. Which is fine, because a lot of clients will come to say, I like your work, that's the package, that's the price. Boom. For me as a photographer, you're wanting to maximise the level of clientele that you can get. So if you have a package which is, say, £1,000 as an example, that is perfect for guys who's got money. What about for those who can't afford £1,000 for their wedding, or they've got a budget for the wedding, £1,000 just out with that range? You then need to negotiate then reducing your price. Now if you go to that person and say, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do you a deal, I'll do it for £800, that meets your budget perfect. You could be coming over as selling yourself short. Client knows that they're getting a great deal and they're going to recommend you to others, but others are going to expect that deal. So the way that I work my packages, allow people to have a photographer there for a set period of time with certain products. If it's too expensive, then they can move things around, so that you're not selling yourself short by saying this is what I can offer. Now you can still do that. So if a client says, you know what, it's out of my budget, we can say, well look, we're going to be doing a special. If you wait until this date to book us, you'll be getting 20% off. Do something, but make it sound as if it's not just you manoeuvring for them, but the fact that it's falling within how you're going to be structuring your products and offers in the future. So a normal photographer will work out their package price based on a full day's wedding coverage. They will work out what it's going to cost for them for their products and things, add a little bit of profit to that, and then work out their overall pricing on the back of that. Now the way I do it is very much similar, but it splits it down into areas. You don't go through all of these with the client, but you are asking the client for information to help you build this up. So point 1, how long is the wedding going to be for? Most times your wedding's going to be 8 to 10 hours. But a lot of people don't want that, and they feel like they don't want to pay hundreds of pounds if they only want a photographer there for a couple of hours. So I'm talking for people who are maybe doing smaller wedding ceremonies. They don't want to have the full day covered, or they don't want somebody there from the start with them getting ready because they're kind of embarrassed with that. So you want to tailor your package to the amount of time that they want you to be there for. So let's say for instance they're getting married in a small church ceremony. There's going to be about 40 people there. They'd like some shots of the ceremony, some group shots after, and some couple shots after. So maybe you're talking 2 to 3 hours work. Well, your packages are £300–400 up to £1,000–2,000. They might not be suitable for somebody who's only wanting that amount of time. So you've worked out what you need per hour. What you need to decide now is, for covering a wedding, how much do you want to earn per hour for doing that? So let's say for instance you are £50 an hour, just as a round figure. Whatever you decide that you want, that's what you're going to work it on. So £50 an hour, they want you there for 3 hours, that's £150. We're at a good start point for them. So they decide it's a small ceremony, I don't want an album, I don't want prints, I don't want canvases, I just want a disc. So you decide what price you're going to charge for a disc. Say you want £100 for a disc, or £200 if it's going to be a bigger wedding. Decide, because there's going to be a lot of variations in the amount of images depending on how long you're working for. So let's say for a 3 hour wedding you're going to be £100. That's £100 for that, £150 for your time, you're £250 all in. say you know that that customer is going to be in an area which isn't very rich, there's going to be budgets involved, then you can manoeuvre on your hourly rate. So say you take £25 an hour instead of £50 an hour. Well, straight away you're talking at £75 for your time for 3 hours work, £100 for the disc, you're £175 all in for 3 hours work. Now there'll be a lot of photographers out there going, that is not enough money for doing a wedding, I'm a high standard photographer. That's fine, that's down to yourself to work out how you work the pricing. For me, I'm about getting clients in. Full-time job, I would earn about £200, £250 a week. If I can get £175 for one wedding, doing 3 hours work, I'm happy with that because it's cutting down the amount of work that I need. So if I can get 3 couples in a month, all doing 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour weddings, I'd rather that than one wedding every 2 months. I like to work, I enjoy going out and doing photography. I do this for fun, not just to do it as little as possible for as much money as possible. I want to work, have fun doing it, and still make some reasonable money at the same time. So work it for what suits you. So then we look at the different products. We've mentioned discs already, that you want to set a kind of base for what you want to charge per disc. Same with your prints. Now for me, prints are cheap. I keep them cheap on weddings, not for portraits. Portraits is different because I'm going to buy maybe 1 or 2 prints. On a wedding though, if they want prints to build an album for themselves, they may end up buying 100 images, 60 images, whatever. So I work out nice and simple. I have one price for a 6x4, one price for 12x8, 9x6, you know, whatever the format is, but it's a stage up. 6x4, £1. 9x6, £2, 12x8, £3. So if they come to me and say I want 100 6x4s at £1, it's £100. I'm still making profit on that, and I've still had my money for being there on the day per hour. So I don't need to charge an excess amount. If they want an album, I price the album that I'm using. I use Loxley for my albums. I have 2 albums that I use, and I take the price of that plus a delivery fee. I add a bit on top of that as a profit. Down to yourself how much you want to add. Do you want to add 25%, 50%, 100%? Really for how you want to price it for the area that you're in. But that is in your price, and again you've still got your money back there from the hours work that you've done. So you've done 5 hours, this is profit before products. And that's what you need to keep in mind, because when you then book it, say the client doesn't want to book products before the wedding, they want to see the images and decide on products after, you're still getting paid without those products being thrown in there. Final product I do is canvas, exactly the same way, cost for the product, cost for delivery, plus a little bit of profit. So in your head, you've then got, this is a process for building my wedding package. So rather than you saying to a client, these are the packages I do, A, B, C or D, what you're saying to the client is, what are you needing on your day? How long do you need me there for? Are you wanting morning coverage, afternoon and evening? Just afternoon and evening? An hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, whatever. You're throwing out to them there. You know, how much are you needing? Then you've mentioned to what products are you interested in. So these were interested in these products, then you can build a package for them, go back to them with it. And the other good thing is, you can determine your package pricing based on the area that they live in. So if you've got somebody coming to you from a richer area, you can say, well, do you know what, per hour I will charge £50 to £60 an hour because I know in this area they can afford it. If you've got somebody coming to you from a poorer area, you can say, well, do you know what, I'll charge maybe £20 to £40 an hour. So you can tailor it based on the area, the needs. You can make the best possible package for them, and it's personal to them. It's not as if they're just picking an option of 4 things. You're building it for them specifically. It creates that rapport build up with the customer. The customer starts to feel a little bit more special because you're doing it for them. And when you go for your meeting, I have this information before the meeting. I have a contact sheet on my website that says, how many hours do you need, what products are you interested in, send that to me and I'll get a quote for you. And then what I'll arrange is to go out and discuss that quote with them. I don't email it back. I say, do you want to get together, and I'll go through it, because the price you're looking at is from here to here depending on the product that you've selected. And that's it. That's wedding packages for me, the way that I feel that it should be done. I have had a lot of great feedback from doing it this way, but it's really what you want to do, what works best for you and the area that you live in. So this is just my take on it. There's thousands of others out there who have different approaches to building wedding packages, but hopefully it gives you a little bit of insight on one method to do it. So thanks for watching. Sorry again that this one's late. Hopefully it will start becoming more regular again now I've got my lighting and all sorted out, and I will catch you all as soon as possible. Have fun, guys.